Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the Pixel 6 and is it safe to go ahead and get one? Are the connection issues completely done and over with since we had the January patch? Well, yes and no. It seems like by and large it fixed a majority of the connection issues for a lot of people, but I've still had people saying it made it slightly worse, it made it worse, it made it a little better, it's not completely fixed yet. So I think there's still maybe an underlying issue out there. Maybe it's Google carrier services, maybe it's something to do with the connection settings. Another thing, it could deal with the individual network you're on because whenever you use your phone, it tries to connect to the most optimum network. So it could be that at certain areas or maybe certain bands or certain connection settings may be different on everybody's phone. So it's hard to hammer down and figure out exactly what the problem is. And this has been one of the problems from the get-go when it comes to the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 phone. There was never one identifiable problem that caused the issue for everybody. So a lot of people have been asking me, is it safe to go ahead and get one now? Are people still having this problem? Should I go buy one? Well, that's kind of a multi-tier answer that I'm going to give you because I think by and large for most people, it's probably safe. Are people still experiencing issues? Yes. To what level and what degree? That may not be completely apparent, but I have had people that have complained about it as well. So one thing you can do is if you're concerned about it, then you can still hold off. There's going to be more patches. There's going to be more stuff that comes out. The price isn't going to go any higher and the availability is only going to get better. We know that it's still been more difficult than not to try and get a Pixel 6 Pro. Some people can go get one tomorrow. Some people have to wait a couple of weeks. Some people have to wait 6 days, whatever. So it just depends on your area, your location, and what the availability is. When it comes to the regular Pixel 6, you can get them pretty much anywhere you want. And by and large, it also seems like the Pixel 6 has had less problems than the 6 Pro. And I'm not entirely sure why that is either, but it just seems to be that it works out. So it fixed a lot of problems and it fixed a lot of issues, at least the patch did in January, but it's not complete. It's not 100% perfect yet. It's better than it was. And for most people, it did fix some people's significant issues. So I'm happy that that happened. I'm happy that there's a lot of people out there who can finally enjoy their phone and let it work right. I mean, that was the biggest thing. I don't normally care a whole lot about when phones have problems. Even with my iPhone 13 Pro, every once in a while my screen goes non-responsive. It sits there, it shows what it's doing, and then I tap on it and the screen goes non-responsive. Maybe it happens once every couple of days. Phones are not without bugs. It's impossible. Like there's no way you're ever going to have every single phone on every single network with every single person that's going to be bug free. That stuff happens. We kind of live with that as part of technology. But when it comes to things like your phone dropping connection, dropping signal, making it where you can't make phone calls when you need to, not receiving phone calls, disconnecting from Bluetooth, dropping from the Wi-Fi connection, yeah, that stuff's very frustrating. And it can even be a safety concern because if you can't call out when you need to or it's not reliable, then that's going to make you not want to use the phone for a lot of reasons that I think are pretty obvious. So is it safe to go buy one? I think that it is. I would feel confident going and buying one right now. Here's the beauty of at least the way things work in the United States. If you buy one and it's got issues, take it back for another one. I mean, that's pretty easy. If you buy one, it doesn't work properly, take it back, get another one. If you buy one and also it has issues, I mean, you can always return it and not get another one. And that's another option and wait for longer. I'm not advocating for buying a phone that doesn't work. I think the phone works well. I haven't had a lot of problems with mine. I've had even less problems since the update. So this is just my way of offering some reassurance. It should be fine. Are there still people out there that do have issues? Yes, they are. But it's really hard to pin and narrow this stuff down, and I'm sure that Google's still working on it. The best thing you can do is if you experience connectivity issues, if you experience a loss of connectivity, drop your Wi-Fi, drop your LTE, whatever, then you can file a support ticket with Google. And that lets them know what's going on so you can be part of the solution to help people get everyone's fix across the board because I think probably a lot of it just boils down to the tensor chip and the software and individual networks. Not every level of network coverage is the same. And maybe not every band works exactly as well on every phone. Some people, like I go eat down the street sometimes and I might have one bar, but I have one bar when it comes to the iPhone, when it comes to the Pixel, it's just that area. So it could be your area, it could be the network connectivity, it could be a particular band you're connected to. There are a lot of different variables that may not necessarily be, hey, my phone is connected and it's just dropping the data, it's dropping the connection on its own. So I would examine those things. Because even now, like I've had problems. There's like 2 areas around here that just have terrible service. It'll even show 4 bars, and I won't even be able to load a tweet. So It's not the phone, it's the network there. As soon as you drive a mile away, it's fine. So I think maybe there might be some areas like this and people may not have experienced it before because certain antennas in certain phones work better. So my iPhone or certain other phones might not work there, but now that I've got this Snapdragon 888 or I've got this Qualcomm chip or I've got this Tensor chip, it does work. And by and large, Qualcomm chips and their modems are better than the ones you're going to find in the Tensor chip with the Pixel and also in the iPhone, although they are getting better. So I would just take those things with a grain of salt. I'm sure there are people that are truly having connection issues, and I do hope that that gets rectified soon. This video, yes, is geared towards people who are looking to purchase one, and if you want to go get one, I think that it's safe. Again, just like I said a few minutes ago, if you buy one and it has issues, take it back to the store and get another one. There are so many of these things, they work properly. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to pick up any phone from any manufacturer and have problems. You never know. There can be quality assurance issues. It can be a bad batch. It could have got dropped along the way somewhere while it was in the box. You just never know. So I don't think systemically I think this is a very small group now compared to what we were dealing with a couple of weeks ago before we got this patch. So I think that you're probably in a good place now, whether you get the Pixel 6 or the 6 Pro. Another thing I was investigating is I thought that maybe Verizon might be worse off than others. A lot of people originally that were reporting these connectivity issues were using a Pixel 6 Pro and they were on Verizon. That was something I kind of noticed more so than other networks. A lot of people in the comments were saying Pixel 6 Pro, Verizon. Not Pixel 6 T-Mobile, not Pixel 6 Pro T-Mobile, Pixel 6 Pro, Verizon. But I just did a poll, and it seems like it's kind of spread evenly about. So I did a poll. I had 5 different options on there, and it seems like I got about 21% of people still reporting connection problems out of 500 on Verizon, and then it was about 17% for AT&T and T-Mobile, and then internationally. So there's not a wide spread there, but out of almost 600 people that have voted in just this afternoon, I'm getting people that are still reporting they're having connectivity issues. So hopefully this finally gets addressed as we keep moving forward. One day it'll be ironed out for everybody. I don't think by and large most other phones, most Samsungs, most iPhones don't have this level of issue. But across the board, I think you're probably going to be fine. I think this is still one of those things where maybe people didn't get an update. Maybe it's an individual setting. Maybe it's a network issue in their area. So I fully believe that there are still connectivity issues with some phones. But the biggest thing is, I think now you can have more confidence than ever to go buy one. Well, other than whenever the phone first came out, because everybody was excited then, right? So looking at the Pixel 6 Pro now, I'm glad they finally got the January update out. We're probably on the verge. There should be one at the beginning, the first Monday of February. It'll be another security patch. Maybe they'll add some more features. Maybe they'll add some more stuff. It was a tall order to expect them to fix everything in this one patch. I know it was like 60, 70 things that they were going after, particularly for the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So we're in a better place. The prices are still solid, especially the Pixel 6 at $599. Very competitive. Even with the S22 on the horizon, I still recommend that. The Pixel 6 Pro, I just made a video. I dropped it, I believe, yesterday. Yeah, whenever you look at the value and the cost-benefit decision-making process, I think the Pixel 6 is still best for most people. If you're a camera enthusiast, if you really want to have that telephoto, if you really care about having a curved edge, a slightly larger screen, or a better selfie, which is probably the biggest drawing point for the Pixel 6 Pro, there are reasons to go buy it. And at $899, it's still cheaper than a lot of the other ones like the iPhone and the S21 Plus at the $999 and up range. So it's just one of those things. I think eventually they're going to get all these bugs ironed out for basically everybody. Again, you can never get everything completely bug-free, but the update was substantial. People reported largely that it fixed a lot of things, so I'm happy about that. I'm glad Google finally got on the ball with that, and I just wanted to touch base because I've had a lot of people saying, I'm still kind of waiting and holding off. And you can do that. That's your prerogative. You know your situation better than anybody. If you've still got a perfectly capable phone, maybe give it a little bit longer and see what happens. See if we can get some more optimization and some more updates. If you really just want to go buy one, I feel pretty safe in saying go buy one. I bought this one myself here back when they first came out, and I haven't thought about returning it or selling it. I have confidence in the phone and in Google, but it was very frustrating that it took them so long to get this fix around. So we'll see what happens, but moving forward, I think you'll probably be all right if you want to go pick one up. If that was the one thing holding you up from buying one, I think you can probably sleep and rest pretty easy and go grab one if you want because it's a solid phone. Again, I bought this phone myself. I'm not being paid by Google for this. Certainly if they watched my last couple of videos, they wouldn't be paying me anyway because I didn't have very nice things to say, which is fine. I fully believe in offering criticism where it's due whenever products are not working properly and brands are not responding the way that they should. So that's all I've got in this video. If you want one, go buy one, and I think you'll be happy. And then feel free to come back and tell me how happy you are, because most people that buy this phone really are like, man, I love this phone. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I gave them a chance. I'm glad that I took the leap and decided to move over and give it a whirl, because the Pixel 6, I think, is a very, very good phone. And I love mine a lot. I also like my Pro, but I really think that the 6 is where it's at for most people. So that's all I got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.